Yo, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crunch Time podcast where we're going to come through in the clutch. Today, I'm joined by Brett once again, and we are going to be discussing our picks for the first round of the NFL draft this year.
Yo, what's up, boys or girls? It's your boy Brett, Riverside the Great. And my biggest question this year is which team is going to screw up and why would it be the Eagles?
Wow.
sorry, Eagles fans. I started off with a shot in the dark.
Already starting off. So, yeah, we're basically going to be going through our picks for the first round of the draft, as I said, but I don't think we're advanced enough to predict like any trades that might happen beforehand. So we're just gonna go off what the current draft order is as of today's April 23rd. We're recording this. So before we start too, I want to give a shout out to ESPN and CBS for helping me out with my draft research. Like I would be nowhere without them. I don't know much about college footballs, but I figured like why not? I feel like a mock draft would be pretty fun.
Yep. Shout out to ESPN, CBS, PFF, NFL Network, every site that I use to help. No plagiarism.
Yeah, exactly. No. These are like I made my own draft order and everything, but this is yeah. What was I just gonna say? I was looking up a lot of like player comparisons too, because I didn't want to just look at like positions and be like, oh, they need this position. I was like looking like at people's player comparisons to see like if that was actually their need too.
All right, that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah. So you want to get started and share your first pick?
All right, yeah. With the first pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Trey. Oh wait, I screwed up already. I was going to say Trey Lance, Trevor Lawrence. Why do they have such similar names?
I know. I just realized that I had the Jaguars going Trevor Lawrence as well because I mean I think
It's the obvious pick.
he's really like the only unanimous pick in all of these mock drafts, and I think if he isn't going first, I don't really know what the Jaguars are doing. So
That's what it seems like it's been for the past couple of years. There's just been like an obvious number one choice.
yeah,
Like we had Baker Mayfield, obviously, Kyler Murray, Joe Burrow. So
right,
continuing the trend with QBs.
exactly. Oh, that year there was Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota too.
Yep.
What kind of like? I feel like, in my opinion, the Jaguars are going to have a similar season to the Bengals last season, where they were like a little better than before. Like I feel like they're going to be like 5-11, or like it'd be like 6-11 because I think it's a 17 game season this year. So probably like around 6-11, but definitely an improvement from last year with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's
Yeah,
gonna be a learning season. You know, they got their new head coach paired with the new quarterback,
right.
Urban Meyer and Trevor Lawrence.
Where,
Yeah, they should
where
be picking like 5 through 10 next year probably.
yeah, that's a good bet right there. Where did he come from again? He coached a college team, right?
Ohio State.
Ohio State. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. All right. Pick number two. I feel like we might have the same again, but I had Zach Wilson
Yes, sir.
for the
Made a
Jets.
video about this.
Yeah, I used that a little bit, but I think after trading away Darnold and letting Joe Flacco go in for agency, like they made it clear they're drafting quarterback. I mean, I think they're going to no matter what, but I think Zach Wilson's their guy. They've been linked to him, and I think he's just kind of the surefire like number two pick for them.
I think he's the most athletic QB in this draft. He also has such a strong arm. And once again, we have a new head coach paired with a new quarterback, Robert Saleh. Yes, I pronounced it right this time. Saleh and Zach Wilson.
Oh, I saw the Jets fans going after you. They're like, you were like saying you're a Steelers fan, and then they're like, oh yeah, so that's probably why you're mispronouncing all the names. I was like, geez, guys, chill out.
Dude, Jets fans were ruthless in Reddit. The 49ers fans were cool on their subreddit, but the Jets fans, screw you guys.
Dude, the Bills fans were cool. I posted like my Josh Allen highlights there because I started doing that after you like recommended it to me. Some guy left like a giant paragraph giving me like a few ways I could like improve my videos or just suggestions, kind of some advice. And I was like, wow, that's pretty nice because like he must have taken like a lot of time to do that. So appreciate that. Shout out.
Yeah, people on Reddit are like really cool.
Yeah,
Like that's like one of the only apps that you can get away with like self-promoting.
exactly. No, a few of my posts got removed, I think, because NFL like copyrighted it or whatever. But all right, sorry, we can get back to the mock draft. I just went on a little tangent there. So now third pick, who do you have? I feel like we might start to have some differences.
All right. I may or may not have said his name when I was trying to say Trevor Lawrence's name.
Really, Trey Lance?
Trey Lance, baby.
Wow.
All right, hear me out. He would thrive in Kyle Shanahan's offense, and Kyle Shanahan is very, very close friends with Lance's private quarterbacks coach. So that sums it all up right there.
I didn't even realize that. But I think, again, like the 49ers traded up with the Dolphins, right? The Dolphins had this pick before, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know where the Dolphins got this pick from. The Texans, maybe?
Yeah, it was in the Laramie Tunsil trade.
Yeah, they got the first round pick. And I think like they made it clear they're going to draft a quarterback as well. But I think they've been heavily like involved with Mac Jones, but I think they're going to draft Justin Fields. I could see them going either way, Mac Jones or Justin Fields. And as a Patriots fan, I'm kind of hoping they take Mac Jones because it's a higher chance Fields falls to us because I really want Fields. I feel like you're giving me a look of like, oh, just wait and see the rest of my draft or something like.
Yeah, wait till you see it.
Okay, so for pick number 3, I'm going with Justin Fields because I think, I don't know, he's a higher touted prospect in my opinion. He's got like a higher potential. It would be smarter for the 49ers to take Fields, but I hope they take Mac Jones. But Justin Fields is my pick there.
All right, so that was the first major difference. And I feel like we're also going to have differences for number 4 here, Atlanta Falcons.
Really?
So let's hear what you got.
I think the Falcons have to grab Kyle Pitts as filling like their tight end need.
That's it? That's all you got?
I think he's going to be like an instant impact for any team as like a starter, like on the receiving like end. I don't know too much about him, but I just heard he's like a beast, and I think the Falcons could use someone like him because I think they have like Hayden Hurst or something, but I don't even know if it's on their team anymore. But I think they have receivers. They need a good tight end if they're trying to make a playoff push. And I think if Kyle Pitts is like still there, he's such a good prospect. You got to grab him.
All right, I have them going defense here, and I feel like this is a smart pick, not like a sexy pick like Kyle Pitts would be. I got them going Patrick Surtain II out of Alabama, defensive back.
Wow.
And the only reason I have that is because they need help defensively. I think they were like one of the worst defenses in the league last year.
Right.
So yeah, that's about it. Matt Ryan is getting kind of old though, and I think they would want to go Lance, but I had the 49ers going Lance at 3. So
exactly.
That's what I got.
I mean, that's the thing, because it's a little complicated because the Falcons could pick a quarterback, but it's not like an instant need. There are a couple teams in this draft like that I'm going to mention where it's like they could go quarterback, but it's not really going to help them right now. So they may as well just wait a year and try to like kind of bolster their team up now with other positions of need. Like if they're not going to get like a top tier quarterback. So I don't know. I think because you're right, defense, because I thought about having the Falcons pick defense because I think that's what they need because their offense is pretty good. Like Matt Ryan's still a good quarterback in my opinion, and they got like receivers and whatnot. But I don't know. I think Kyle Pitts is like too good not to be picked like right there.
I honestly just don't see how you can take a tight end with a top 5 pick. That's about it. Like I know how good he is. I've seen him play in college and stuff, but
that's a good point.
That's just really high for a tight end in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. I was sort of looking at their like what they needed, but honestly, I think maybe defense is the move for them. Who knows? We'll see what they do. Who did you have the Bengals picking?
All right, with the 5th pick in the 2021 NFL draft, I have the Cincinnati Bengals selecting a wide receiver who did not play a single snap in 2020, Jamar Chase.
Oh, interesting.
Played with Joe Burrow at college. You know, you got them connections,
right?
And that adds to the loss of AJ Green and John Ross, the loss of Ross.
That's funny. Bars.
Yeah.
No, I had Jamar Chase originally because they've been linked to him. Obviously, you said former teammate of Joe Burrow, but I think the Bengals will be silly not to take an offensive lineman because you have to protect your quarterback before your quarterback can get the ball to your receivers. You know what I mean? And I think Joe Burrow got injured because what did he get? He got sacked, right, or something on his injury.
Yeah, he was sacked.
And the O-line just so bad. You hate to see like a young quarterback like that already have such like a traumatic injury. So I could be pronouncing this wrong, but is it Penei Sewell?
Penei Sewell.
Penei Sewell. Okay, I'm so bad with like the name.
Sorry. Yo, wait till we get to this one dude from Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah, there was one name I didn't really know. Penei. Wait, no, I just said that wrong again. What is it?
Penei.
Penei.
Yeah, Payne Sewell.
Payne Sewell. Okay, I think they're gonna pick him. He's an offensive tackle, and I think he was like the number one ranked prospect for the offensive line. So I think he could really help out the Bengals and kind of keep Joe Burrow protected.
Correct. He's the one from Oregon, right?
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, he's from Oregon. I have it
He
pulled up
is?
right
Okay.
here.
Awesome.
I think that they could still get like a quality lineman on day 2, but it probably would be the smart thing to go lineman day 1. But
yeah,
just because of how good Jamar Chase is and because of him playing with Burrow at college, that's why I have him going Jamar Chase.
that's a fair point. Yeah, I can agree with that. I just think they would be smart to get an O lineman, because they have who else? Who do they have a wide receiver right now? They have T Higgins and Tyler Boyd.
Boyd, my guy from Claret in high school.
Hey, shout out.
He played out here. Shout out.
All right. Number 6. Who do you have?
Let me hear yours first.
Okay, so I had your number 5 pick. I think the Dolphins are going to need to go after like getting a wide receiver, and I had them getting Jamar Chase. And I think because the Bengals took an offensive lineman, I see them getting Jamar Chase, seeing that he's still available.
All right. Well, I actually had another wide receiver. I have Jalen Waddle.
Okay.
And Miami, they're kind of weak at wide receiver. And Waddle could greatly help that. He's like a speed demon, I think. I think he plays in the slot, if I'm not mistaken. He was like a decoy during that national championship game when he came back from injury. But I don't know how much this is going to help them because their quarterback doesn't know what his dominant hand is and cannot throw more than check down. Sorry to a Tagovailoa, but I just don't like you as a quarterback.
I remember that, like, editing his highlights. People are like, these checkdowns, I guess you can't really consider them highlights. So, like, might as well just have 3 minutes of real throws.
Yeah, did you read my comment on that? I was just like, I don't like this guy at all.
Yeah, I remember you having thrown some shade at Tua. But honestly, I think if they're gonna go with Tua and like stick with him, like I think Jamar Chase is gonna be good for them because honestly, just get Tua as much help as he can to really help him prove himself. Give him the best shot at succeeding.
That's how I feel with Waddle.
Yeah, that's a good point. So, because I think they just missed the playoffs last season with bouncing between Ryan Fitzpatrick and Tua, which is honestly pretty impressive in my eyes. But now they have to roll with Tua. Like there's no way they're going to draft another quarterback. So that's who I have going number 6.
All right, 7.
The Lions. Who do you have?
All right, the Detroit Lions. I have them getting some elite protection for new QB Jared Goff. I have them going Payne Sewell.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
I don't have anything else to add to that besides because you already talked about him. He's the highest thought of prospect at O-line in this draft at Oregon.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so in my opinion, it's a possibility that the Lions could take a quarterback here, despite having Goff. But I think because like a few of the top quarterbacks already got picked, they should go after wide receiver because they lost Golladay, and I believe they lost Marvin Jones too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
And I think because of this, I see the Lions drafting Devontae Smith to help fill this need.
All right.
I think he would be a good like target for Jared Goff to have out there because honestly, I feel like you're gonna get nowhere if you lost your top 2 receivers. I mean, I know they got Danny Amendola, who was like amazing with the Patriots, especially in the playoffs, but outside of him and TJ Hawkinson, but I think Devontae Smith they're gonna need to like start developing some receivers. So I don't think Goff is in their long-term plans unless he fits right in. You never know, but yeah. So Devontae Smith is my pick here.
Yeah, honestly, I don't see them sticking with Goff for long either. But I mean, while he's here, you might as well get him some protection on the O-line.
Yeah,
I think Sewell would be like a 10-year plus like stud in the
like
NFL.
Joe Thomas type, almost.
Yeah, kind of like a Joe Thomas, like Marshall Yanda.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't think they could go wrong with either of those picks. Like honestly, as long as they're helping them out. Number 8 for the Panthers. Who did you have?
All right, I had your last pick actually. I had Heisman winner Devontae Smith, and I think he's just going to be like this is the Panthers, right? I'm not mistaken. All right, yeah, he's going to be a speedy weapon for newly acquired Sam Darnold. I don't think he's in their long-term plans though either. Same
Yeah.
situation, but while he's here, you might as well set him up with the weapons and see if you can make a playoff push. And they actually did just lose Curtis Samuel in free agency. Shout out Kurtco, you're my guy. But Smith will fill in right there. I give shout outs to everyone these days, don't I?
Yeah. You just know all the people. No, because
I got connections.
yeah, exactly. They got DJ Moore, or yeah, DJ Moore, and I don't know. Didn't they sign a receiver too? Didn't they get David
They have
Moore?
Robbie Anderson.
Oh, Robbie Anderson. Did they sign David Moore? I could be wrong.
From Seattle.
Yeah.
I think they did actually.
I feel like I could be. I'm gonna look it up. So like, I'll make sure. David Moore. Yeah, Carolina Panthers. That's funny. So they got DJ Moore and David Moore. Are they? They're not related, are they?
I don't believe so. That'd be weird if they were that.
So for my pick, actually, I think after trading for Sam Darnold and still having Teddy Bridgewater, it's hard to see them going after another quarterback because I think quarterback's definitely a position of need. I think Darnold is sort of just like a bridge quarterback where it's kind of like we're not bad enough to take a really good quarterback that we like at pick 8. They can't really ensure they're going to get better with a new quarterback. So I have them going defense, taking Patrick Surtain to bolster their secondary because I remember the Panthers defense was like an issue last season. Like their offense wasn't bad. Obviously, like getting a better quarterback would help, but I think first getting like the defense, like I feel like it's gonna be a lot of low scoring games with the Panthers if they have a good defense and Sam Darnold behind or the O line behind the O line as quarterback. I don't really know where I was going with that. I started six spaced out.
Yeah, Surtain's a solid pick.
Yeah.
I actually think that if they're going to take a quarterback though here at number 8, like say Trey Lance falls to them at 8, they could just take him and then like trade him away like instantly. Just get like a solid package and return like some secondary players and stuff like that.
It's not a bad idea. I don't know. I could see that. But do you think Sam Darnold is like a lock to start, or do you think they could go back to Teddy Bridgewater?
I think Darnold's going to start. I think they're going to try to trade Bridgewater as well.
Where do you think like would be a good team for Bridgewater?
I'm thinking right now probably Denver.
It's not
just
bad,
like
yeah.
they're like a run first team, and like I mean, but they have the weapons to throw to young guys, and they're like a defense first kind of team too.
I agree. You know what? I feel like I just thought of this one on the fly, but I feel like the Giants would also be good for Teddy Bridgewater because if Daniel Jones is like faltering again, and plus like they could be run heavy with Saquon coming back, you know, and Teddy Bridgewater could like
that would be
good.
Nice.
I don't know if Giants fans would want that, but who knows? I'm surprised. Where are the Giants? They haven't picked yet.
They're
pick 12. Wow.
I think they're 11.
Oh,
or
really?
are they 12? I don't even know.
Oh yeah, 11. They're 11. Yeah. That's kind of crazy though, because I feel like the Giants were pretty bad, but then again, like they're not even in the top 10 for picks, which is funny. But yeah, we can move on to pick 9 if you're ready.
All right, yes sir. Number 9. I got JC Horn right here to Denver to help out their secondary. And yeah, they're gonna stick it out with Drew Lock probably. I made a video on this by the way, but they could trade for Teddy, like I just mentioned a couple seconds ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I got them taking JC Horn here, son of Joe, former wideout.
Really?
Yeah, he was a beast on the Saints back in the day.
That name sounds so familiar too.
Joe Horn. He did like a celebration where he pulled like the phone out of the goalpost.
Oh yes, that's what it's for. yeah, I remember that. Okay.
That's what he's most well known for.
For my pick, so I think the Broncos are in a weird position because, again, they're in a position where it's like they're not really going to get better with a new quarterback. So I feel like just kind of giving Drew Lock a second chance. Like this is definitely his last his last season to really prove himself. So I think the quarterback is like something the Broncos will focus on like next year because if Drew Lock's their guy and they succeed, then that's good. But also like if Drew Lock doesn't succeed, then they'll be like a low pick again next year and can you draft a quarterback. So I got the Broncos taking Micah Parsons, who was like I believe like the best linebacker in the draft to help their defense, just to help them win some games and put some like trust and security in Drew Lock's job, basically.
Yeah, I watched him play at Penn State before. He's pretty solid. He's a stud.
Yeah, that's why I think he's easily a top 10 pick in my eyes. But did you have anything else to say about the Broncos?
No, I'm all good on them. Move on to
So
number 10. Who you got?
I had your ninth pick. I had J.C. Horn because I think it's clear after last season the Cowboys really, really need help on the defensive side of the ball. They got Prescott. They finally locked him up. They have a good O line. They got Zeke, and they have good receivers. They got like CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper. Like they got the good receivers, but they gotta like start playing some defense. Because remember, Dak Prescott was on pace to like break the passing yards records, but they were like 1-3. Like they would have to put up like 45 points just to like win a game. And I think they're gonna need to finally get like a player like J.C. Horn who can stop some other teams from scoring.
All right. Now, I think that the Cowboys would probably want to go J.C. Horn as well, but since I had Denver taking him, then I have the Cowboys going with a different corner. Actually, I have them going Caleb Farley here from Virginia Tech. And although, like I said, although Horn was just taken, their secondary last year was pretty terrible, as you mentioned.
Exactly.
And this should be a little bit of a help to it. I don't know how much better one guy can make you, but hopefully it makes them better than they were last year.
Yeah, I mean, anything helps a team like the Cowboys where their defense was very, very bad.
Oops. All right, quick side note. My TikTok is blowing up right now. I keep getting notifications on the top of my screen.
Which TikTok is it?
The one that I just made with the EDP thing about Justin Jefferson and Rager.
I haven't seen it. I'll have to watch it after we're done recording. It sounds pretty funny though.
Right.
With the 11th pick, moving on to the Giants. I think they're in a similar position to the Broncos where a QB wouldn't really help them this season. And they're kind of just running it back with Daniel Jones. And then if he doesn't work out, then there'll be a low pick to get another good quarterback next year. So I think the Giants could go with a receiver like Jalen Waddle, but I think they're going to go with the edge defender. I think they're going to get Jalen Phillips, help out their defense. I don't know.
Okay. I got them getting some protection here for Daniel Jones because their O-line is pretty bad, as I've heard. So I got them going Rashawn Slater here out of Northwestern. I think he's one of the best like line prospects in this draft. And yeah, Giants just had one of the worst offensive lines in football this past year. And Saquon, if he can stay healthy,
Right.
going to have Slater lead the way for him.
That's a good point. I think honestly, Slater should have been probably like a better pick for the Giants than what I had. Thinking back, because I totally forgot how bad the Giants O-line was, like being memed for that last season with Saquon. Everyone was like, Saquon has bad stats just because of the O-line, which I feel bad because like you're just wasting such a talent like him. He's like a once in a generational talent. But yeah, so I had Jalen Phillips. Kind of regretting it a little now because I totally forgot about their O-line issue, but I don't think it'd be the worst pick.
This is going to be interesting because a lot of the guys that you have going this high, I have like going kind of towards the middle. So we'll get to them. All
right. I'm excited. So,
all right. Number 12.
Who do you have?
I got the Philadelphia Eagles here. Not messing up, but I am not their GM. So they will most likely mess up. But I got them going. Wait for the pronunciation. Azeez Ojulari, edge rusher from Georgia.
Okay.
And they need many positions on their team. They don't have that good of a line, but I think they, like Slater being gone, I don't think they're going to take another O-line right here. I don't think there's going to be back-to-back O-line selections. So I got them going edge rusher here. They don't really have a lot of pass rushers, and I think that Mr. Azeez could get the job done here for them.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, you're right. The Eagles do have like a lot of positions of need. So honestly, like anything is probably going to help them. But I think if the Giants don't take Jalen Waddle, I think this is who the Eagles are going to go with because they're going to need some offensive help if they're trying to go with Hurts as their guy, unless Joe Flacco beats him out, which would be kind of funny, honestly.
I heard about that. I'm rooting for Flacco. I do not like you, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, no, I agree. It'd just be funny to see Flacco like win the starting job. Like, I think it'd be smart to start Hurts because I don't get what starting Flacco is really going to do for you because you're not contending for a playoff spot. You want to at least like give Hurts some playing time. So that's why I think drafting a receiver to help him out would be the way to go.
All right. Anything else before we move on to number 13?
No, I didn't really have too much to say about the Eagles, so we can go right ahead.
All right. At number 13, I have the Los Angeles Chargers, right?
Yeah.
They're not San Diego anymore. I have them getting a weapon here for quarterback Justin Herbert. I have them taking Kyle Pitts, and
Oh,
he fell about 9 spots from where most drafts projected him to go, like to the Falcons.
mm-hmm.
But I don't think that you can pass on him now when he falls like this low.
Yeah.
And I mean, they lost Hunter Henry in free agency to the Pats, so this tight end pick makes up for it. Yeah, TC, the Pats fan.
Let's go.
The Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry duo.
I know tight end went from like one of our biggest needs to like literally. I was looking at this like draft board. It was like most position of need. It was like they really really needed it, and then it was like secondary, and then it was like after that it was like another position, and then the last one was like don't need, and now we have like don't need tight ends because we got 2 good ones.
I never thought that they would be able to replace Gronk, and look how they've done it.
I know.
Like, look at where we've went after Heath Miller. We went from Heath Miller to Ladarius Green to Jesse James to Vance McDonald, and now Eric Ebron.
I feel like Eric Ebron's like a little above Vance McDonald though. And
I would put Ebron above all those guys except for Heath, obviously.
Yeah. No, Ebron was pretty solid last year. I think I don't think anyone's ever going to be as dominant as Gronk, but I think that 2 tight end like tandem is going to be really good next year for the Pats. But going back to the draft, the Chargers have their quarterback of the future, obviously with Herbert. But I think I could see them going with someone in the secondary to help their defense. But I have them drafting Rashawn Slater to help out their O-line. You had him at pick 11, I believe, for the Giants.
Yep.
So I have him going at 13 to help out the Chargers. But I wish there was a way you could almost draft like a special teamer. I know no one ever drafts special teamers like this early, and it's usually just like wide receivers or cornerbacks, whatever, that just end up getting put on special teams. But if the Chargers could do this, they should, because I remember like they missed like so many kicks, they fumbled like so many returns, and the punt, like everything was just so bad. I remember the Patriots played them and beat them like 45-0. We blocked a field goal and like returned it. We returned a punt and like almost
Gunner.
returned one. Yeah, Gunner Oteski, and he almost returned another one in the same game. And it was just they missed a field goal too. They might have missed 2 field goals. And it was just like ridiculous. It's like the game could have been a whole different story if you could just have like even like a half decent special teams.
That's crazy.
No offense, Chargers, but like that's just my 2 cents on that. Do you want to move
on? All right.
Yeah,
number 14 here, Minnesota Vikings on the clock. I have them going defensive tackle here. I got them going Christian Barmore from Alabama.
Okay.
And it seems that Minnesota hasn't really had a good pass rush in the last couple of years or run game. So I think this pick will help that a lot. That's all I got. I don't really know much about him as a player, to be honest.
Yeah, I had the Vikings going Elijah Vera Tucker. I think that's how you say it. He's an offensive lineman. I think just helping out like Cook and Kirk Cousins. I don't know. I didn't have too much to say about the Vikings either. I don't know too much about their team and what they need right now. So I just been a little confused. So I thought they were like a playoff team, and they were like 6-10 or something last year. And I don't think they really lost that many players. I don't know. Like they have a good offense. And Kirk's like a solid quarterback. I wouldn't say he's like a top 10 quarterback or anything, but he's a solid quarterback. Maybe their defense is just bad. But I got them going O lineman Elijah Vera Tucker.
All right. Yeah, we'll get to him in a second for me.
Oh, interesting. There's no way you have him for the Patriots at pick 15, though, right?
No.
Okay,
You'll see who I have. All right. Pick 15 for the Patriots. I have. He fell this far. I got him taking Justin Fields right here.
Wow.
And I think that he's going to sit a year behind Newton, like learn the system and everything before he takes over completely. That being if they pick him. But if Justin Fields does fall to number 15, I think Bill Belichick swoops him up. But exactly. Here, listen to this. I saw a report today. It was from this Patriots beat writer on Twitter. He said he was convinced that the Patriots were taking Davis Mills at pick 46, QB from Stanford.
Really?
Yeah.
I just read that they were in on Kyle Trask too, but he's not supposed to be like a he's like a second round, third round talent, I think.
What is all this false information being spread?
I don't know, but I really hope it's not true. Like we need a quarterback in the first round here. Like if like I like the sound of the Patriots getting Justin Fields because I really want that to happen because he's like a running quarterback, right? And we kind of just built a whole new system, around Cam Newton. And so I think Justin Fields would be a little easier to adapt to that too. And plus he'd have plenty of weapons to throw to now. So we got the offensive guys. But and like for me, as much as I like Cam Newton and I want my Patriots to select a quarterback, of course, unless the Buccaneers are considering trading Tom Brady back to us. Like, hey, like, like you never know. Could happen.
One and done.
Yeah. Tom Brady comes back to the Patriots in a trade. No, but ideally I would hope for Justin Fields to fall to us. But with the 49ers taking Fields, I feel like we're gonna end up with Mac Jones here at 15 because he played at Alabama, right? And Bill Belichick has those like Alabama connections, I think, to the coach. So there's always those Alabama players, like they're always linked to the Patriots for some reason. So I think they're going to take Mac Jones. If Justin Fields is here, though, they're going to go Justin Fields. That's it. I feel like the 49ers and Patriots picks are going to be like Mac Jones and Justin Fields, but it's just going to be whoever gets picked first. But it's also kind of
Lance, like I said.
Yeah, that's true. No, it's kind of risky too because a lot of the teams we've been discussing are like teams that like borderline need a quarterback, like Broncos, Giants, like Panthers, Lions. Like there's like a 30-40% chance that take a quarterback in my opinion. So it's a little risky. So like I think the Patriots might have a good chance of trading up the 10 if they just get the vibe that one of these teams or get some inside information that one of these teams are going to take a quarterback. But I have them taking Mac Jones. I mean, it's not ideal, but I got them going Mac Jones.
I do not have Mac Jones on any of these 32 selections.
Really? Wow.
I'm not a Mac Jones fan. I'm going to be honest. Just here's my thing. Look at his receivers. You see 2 first rounders. Look at his running back. You see a first rounder. Look at the offensive line. You see 2 more first rounders on that line. Maybe even 3. Then look at the quarterback. It's just Mac. Like I think I could succeed in that situation.
Imagine Brett back there for Alabama, like giving them a chip. That'd be funny. No,
and you know what? Tua hasn't been that bad. I'm going to be honest, even though I don't like him. He hasn't been that bad in the NFL out of Alabama. But I don't think Mac Jones is like any better.
That's fair, honestly. Because if you're surrounded with all the right pieces, like you can succeed. Like the thing is with Cam Newton last year, he didn't really have anything to throw, like anyone to throw to. I mean, Jacoby Myers is like a solid receiver, but he's like a wide receiver 2 at max, usually a wide receiver 3 for any other team probably. And like that was his like go-to guy. And maybe with like weapons, like he can succeed more, but I think they should still go with quarterback.
I'll give you a comparison here for Mac Jones.
Okay.
Jim McMahon of the Chicago Bears. Really? He was like the biggest game manager of all time.
It's like Jimmy Garoppolo almost. The 49ers. I don't know how the 49ers made the Super Bowl that year, to be honest.
I don't either.
To think that that's the team. I mean,
they destroyed the Packers too, dude. Mostert had like 4 TDs.
Yeah, I remember that. I know, like Mostert I think it's just kind of everyone played like really well at the right time, but just to think that Jimmy Garoppolo made a Super Bowl, it's just like funny because he is such a game manager. But we can.
All right, should we go 16 here?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Arizona. I don't have a lot to say about this one, but I'll let you go first.
All right, I think the Cardinals are going to look to improve their defense because they got like a whole new and improved offense now. Like they got Murray and Hopkins and AJ Green, Larry Fitzgerald. But I got them. I could be saying this wrong. Is it Jamin or Hameen Davis? He's a linebacker.
Oh, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's the right way to say that name.
I called him Jamin Davis in my Jets video.
Oh, okay. So I'll just say Jamin Davis, but it could be either of those names or either of those pronunciations. So yeah, I didn't have too much to say about the Cardinals either, other than I guess they could use a linebacker.
I actually don't have him on my 32 names at all either.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't know. Interesting, huh?
Yeah.
But I got Arizona here. I got him getting some protection for Kyler Murray. He's your franchise quarterback, so got to get him that O-line help. So Elijah Vera Tucker from University of Southern Cal.
No, that's a good pick too. I could
Yeah,
have
I know
bet.
you had him. You had him at what, 14
Yeah. Let me check. Yeah,
or
14 for
13?
the
Yeah,
Vikings.
something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
Not much to say about that. Just
Yeah.
they got their wide receiver core already. They got a solid defense.
They got
You got
Chase
Murray.
Edmonds. Yeah.
So number 17 coming right up.
I have the Raiders getting Christian Darrisaw because I don't know what they've been doing this offseason. Like, I think they need to tackle their O-line problem, no pun intended, after they traded away a few linemen. Um, like I don't know why. I think they traded one to the Seahawks and then they traded one to the Patriots. We got Trent Brown. So like I don't know why they're just giving away. I mean, I know they invested a lot of money into their O-line, but and probably wanted to clear some money. So they're probably just gonna start new with Christian Darrisaw, and he would help them do that. So I got them going with him at pick 17.
Darisaw, he Virginia Tech, right?
Um,
All right,
I'm not gonna lie, I don't have any of the colleges written down. I just put the names.
I just made
And
some live adjustments to my mock draft. I'm not gonna lie.
oh, interesting.
I just made some live adjustments, but I have Oakland here going Micah Parsons out of Penn State, and I'm basically drafting like what you need here, like what teams need, not like the highest available player on the board. I went for more of like a like what players have need, like kind of draft, if you will.
No, yeah, I agree. That's what I end up doing for a lot of my picks too. I sort of just looked at the best available. I mean, not really best available, but just position of need, and then looked at like the top prospects for that position. Sort of how I went about this, knowing I don't know. We can see what people think about this draft though.
Yeah, I don't know how accurate this is gonna be. It's gonna be fun to watch it unfold though next Thursday.
Yeah, we should do like a little competition, see like how many out of 32 we got right. We can
Yep.
either do it based off of like who's picked or see how many picks we actually got right in that exact order too. Like that'd be funny.
I'm sure I have some guys on mine that aren't like actual first rounders.
Yeah, me too. Because I don't know, and it always changes. Like stuff comes up, like injuries, and all the old tweets will get pulled up on draft night. And
Yeah, exactly, dude. I'm not even kidding. This guy that I'm friends with on Twitter saved Kyle Pitts. He
really?
brought up one of his old tweets and said, "Delete this, Kyle," and then Kyle deleted it.
Oh, that's kind of fun. That's funny.
But yeah, I'm gonna be looking for those old tweets on draft night. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna be one of them people.
Oh my God. And then just exposing people like, look what Matt Jones said like 8 years ago when he was 12. Like,
Do you remember the Laramie Tunsil thing where he wore the gas mask with the bong?
yeah, I remember that. And that's what he was originally like a top 5 pick. And then I think he got picked at like 13, right?
Yep.
The Dolphins had him. And then he's actually been pretty good for the Texans, but I don't know. It's just like, why? You're like so dumb for that.
Exactly.
I mean, I know he's getting like the bag now, but still just I'd never put yourself at risk like that.
All right, number 18 coming right up.
We got another Dolphins pick here. And I think they're going to go all in on the offense to try and surround Tua. So I got them going. Is it Najee Harris?
What, bro? You're
Yo,
capping
yes.
right now.
Okay,
You're capping.
no, I put this right here. I literally put in my notes that they're going Najee Harris, but I feel like Brett and Krytos may not like the sound of this. But hear me out. If Tua is to be their guy, they want to surround him with all the best offensive weapons. As like they could, but they also could withstand moving back a few picks. I put this as a possibility. They could trade back a few picks as long as it's before the Steelers, because I think the Steelers might go after him. But they could trade back a few picks if they wanted to get Harris here. But I think he'd be a good pick for them because they need to go all in the offense. I knew you're gonna say something about that pick. I just knew it.
All right. Well, I have them going defense here, and although they had a good defense last year, they could use some edge rushers. So I have them going Jalen Phillips here out of hold on, I can't read my own writing. Oh, the U, Miami. But yeah, hometown boy. It makes sense,
Yeah.
Miami Dolphins. You see the
Yeah.
connection.
Yeah, I see it.
So that's what I went for in a lot of my picks too.
Oh yeah, I want to hear why you were a little distraught when I said Harris's name. or will I
Uh,
find out later when we get to
because I don't have a single running back in my 32.
right? Oh, I have two running backs, and Harris is one of them.
Okay, who the flip is going to take? I was about to swear. Sorry, who's going to take ETN? We'll get there. We'll get there.
Pick 19. Who do you have for the Washington football team?
All right, this is the Washington football team, my closet team, and you see, it would make sense here to go QB. You know, you sit behind Fitzpatrick for a year and then take over. But I actually have them going for the next Luke Kuechly. Mark my words, because Rivera, they got him as their head coach now.
Yeah.
I got them going. Hold on, ready for the pronunciation once again? Jeremiah Owusu Koromoa out of Notre Dame.
It wasn't bad pronunciation, honestly.
All right. But yeah, I feel like he just fits right in with their guys. Like, I don't know how strong their linebackers are, to be honest, but I know they do have a good defense. So Owusu Koromoa could make them even better.
Yeah, that's a fair pick. But I think I went on the other side of the ball. So as we mentioned before, I think the football team, it's so weird to say it like that, but they're in a weird spot with Fitzpatrick as their QB because I think they're a wild card team at best. And that's if like Fitzpatrick kind of outplays his projections a little bit too. Wait, there's like a term for that. I don't know why. I can't think of it right now, but I think so. Yeah, wildcard team. I bet I bet they're gonna go like 10-7 or 9-8, with there being 17 games and them taking advantage of having a weak division. And I know like a quarterback may not be their biggest position of need right now, but I think I have them taking Trey Lance as if Ryan Fitzpatrick runs out of his magic halfway through the season, Trey Lance could come in and maybe help them make a playoff push. I think having him, or if not, then he could sit behind Fitzpatrick, as you said, like quarterback could do for a year.
Yeah, that makes sense, because if we're looking at Fitzpatrick's career, like they had that one season where they couldn't decide who they were starting at QB on a weekly basis, either him or Winston. And then you had last year with the whole Tua thing.
Right. It's just like now it could be Trey Lance. Like Ryan Fitzpatrick would be playing to keep his job every single game, which is like not.
Or it could be Heineke.
True. You never know. I forgot about
Heineke
him,
the
but
goat.
I have them going Trey Lance. So
all right, 20.
Yeah, that's the Bears, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I have a little bit of an interesting choice, but I'll hear yours first.
All right. If I didn't have the football team getting Trey Lance, I would have the Bears getting him here. But I have them getting Rashad Bateman to do anything they can to help Andy Dalton this season. Do you have the same pick?
I actually do have the Bears taking Rashad Bateman here.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I didn't have.
Imagine this: Robinson, Mooney, and Bateman.
I know that's pretty good. And they still have Patterson, right? Or no? Is he a free agent?
He signed with the Falcons.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. He's almost turned into like a running back, I feel like.
He's weird. Like that's such a weird like kick returner / running back / wide receiver.
Very versatile. He's like a Madden goat. He's on like my 21 team, but haven't played that game in like months. But yeah, getting back to the draft, we both had Bateman. I think honestly, like I don't think there's a good enough quarterback to take left. Like it's too early to take a guy like Kyle Trask or something. So I think they're just gonna take like anyone they can to help Andy Dalton because their defense is good enough to carry them to a wild card. Sorry, just like but yeah, anyone to help Dalton.
Yep. I can't really tell what they're doing, but they should be fighting with the Vikings and the Lions to finish second in the division. It's a pretty even race.
Yeah.
But yeah, 21. Pick 21 here.
Okay.
All right. Now I originally had what's his name? Alex Leatherwood, but I literally forgot about Christian Verisal. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh, really?
Until now. So yeah, I actually have him going 21 here to the Colts. Like Anthony Costanzo just retired and things. So Verisal could come in and instantly start on the O-line for them and protect Wentz, make holes for Taylor.
Oh, okay, that's not a bad pick. No, is that the like quick change you just made?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. So I could see the Colts going with a few options here. So they could bolster their O-line like you decided on having them do. They could add a receiver or add someone to the secondary, but ultimately I see the Colts picking Kadarius Toney. I read that he's a very like speedy receiver, and I think it would help like the Colts kind of spread out their offense with Carson Wentz, just kind of provide some versatility. So I got them going with him just to add to their receiving core because I got Pittman and they re-signed T.Y. Hilton. It's going to be like everyone's going all downfield for this team. It's going to be a high fire power offense.
I really like Tony, but I couldn't find a team like that fits him really. Like after the first like couple picks,
Okay.
and like obviously he's not like that good of receiver where he'd be like a top 10 pick. So I think he goes on day 2. I'm going to be honest, but I really do like him as a receiver.
Yeah, I think this might be like a little bit of a stretch to get him this early, but who knows?
All right, 22 here. The Tennessee Titans.
Okay, who you want to go first?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Although they signed Bud Dupree, I have them going from Michigan here, edge rusher, Kwity Paye.
Really? I don't think I had him in my first round.
Like, yeah, I know. Although they just signed Dupree, like, I guess those guys could line up on opposite sides of each other. I'm not sure who else they have for edge rushers, but once again, I just went with a position that you need, and that's how my whole draft has been going. So, yeah.
That's a good pick. I think after seeing like they definitely need to draft someone for defense because after seeing like some games last year that like their defense is really holding them back. And I think especially their secondary, like I think they had one of the worst secondaries in the league. So I had them going Caleb Farley to help out their secondary, seeing how much they struggled last year. Like they would put up some big games and then either barely win or lose. Like they just had to hope like Derrick Henry went off for like 200 yards or Ryan Tannehill threw for like 350 plus yards, 3 touchdowns. Like they would need that type of game to win some of the high scoring games they were in. So I think they're going to need some secondary help to kind of help shut down the other team's offenses.
Yeah, we both went defense. I had Farley going back at number 10, actually, if you remember, to Dallas.
Wow.
But
That really okay.
New York Jets next up on the clock.
Oh yeah, because they own this pick from this would have been the Seahawks pick, this Jamal Adams trade, right?
Dude, Seahawks going this way, down the dumpster.
I know they after Russell Wilson, I don't know, like their future is a little murky. Because I think not having a first round pick, I think they gave up a lot for Jamal Adams, in my opinion. Like he's a great player, but he just can't cover anyone.
0 interceptions last year.
Yeah, and probably like 4 dropped interceptions. No, for this, I have the guy that it's hard to pronounce, Aziz Ojulari. Ojulari.
Jewelry.
Ojulari. I don't know. I just said that so wrong. I just butchered it. This is so bad.
Ojulari.
Ojulari.
It's like Ojale, but like Ojulari, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe my phone like auto-corrected something when I was typing and I didn't realize, but it's a T not an R. Ojulari.
It's OJULI or no LADI.
DI. Oh, for some reason I had RI. I don't know why. Okay, I just butchered that name. My bad. No disrespect to anyone, but I think the Seahawks definitely. I mean, no, it's Jets. Oh my god. Jets already addressed their quarterback situation, so I think they're gonna go with defense to help fill out one of their position holes.
I had Ojulari going back at number 12.
Oh, yeah.
To Philly. So yeah, a lot of the guys that you had like kind of towards the lower middle, like I had towards like the higher middle.
Yeah, we kind of like flip-flopped our drafts.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
But I have the Jets going cornerback here out of Northwestern, Greg Newsome.
Okay.
And in my Jets video, I talked about how they could probably take either J.C. Horn or what was the other dude? Actually, no, it was just J.C. Horn. I'm confusing it with the Broncos video. But I was talking about how they could probably get Horn there because they need that defensive secondary help because their secondary consists of Lamar Jackson and Bryce Hall.
Yeah.
I got them going Greg Newsome here out of Northwestern to improve their secondary. And Robert Saleh is a defensive-minded head coach.
So wait, what did you say in the video? How'd you pronounce his name wrong?
Saleh.
Oh, and then everyone was like coming at you for that.
Yeah.
Dang. So
all right, this next pick should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure you're excited to talk about this one. So, pick 24, we got your team, the Steelers, who I hear are supposedly from Krytos as well as hearing from you, thinking of going with offensive lineman or running back. And I think with Harris gone already in my mock draft and running backs being so replaceable, I think the Steelers are going to get an O lineman and they're going to get Wyatt Davis to help their interior blocking. What do you think
Okay.
of that pick? What do you think of that pick?
All right. Now is Wyatt Davis like a guard or what is he?
I'm not sure. I just know he was sorted as like an interior lineman. I'm not
Google
sure.
search.
I know Pouncey retired and he was like your center. What position is Wyatt?
He's a guard.
He is.
All right.
He can still
I'm gonna have
help
to disagree with you on this one. I'm sorry.
Oh, dang, that one hits hard.
This was like one of your first like
Misses.
mediocre. Yeah. Here's the thing: we have Kevin Dotson, right, who is a young stud, and then we have David DeCastro, who's like a borderline Pro Bowler. Those are our guards.
Oh, okay, I didn't know. I was thinking like he could just be thrown in anywhere. Like he could be center or, I mean, if he can play center somehow, like it would be good. But I don't. Maybe it's not.
Hey, who knows? Because when Pouncey came up, Pouncey was like a not like a center. He played guard a little bit because if you remember it at their college, it was him and his brother.
Oh,
Like
okay.
one of them was center and one of them was guard. So
Yeah, I can tell he wasn't a center after that Browns game when he threw the snap over.
hey, he developed. He made Pro Bowls.
No, I'm just messing with you. But if maybe if Davis could develop into a center type player, then it'd be good. But yeah, I guess you're right about that. They don't need a guard.
All right, I'll tell you who I have then. I got him going center here. I got him taking Landon Dickerson out of Alabama.
Okay.
And I'm a big fan of this guy. And obviously we know that Pouncey retired and everything. This dude's led the way for Najee like the whole season. Alabama, they produce monsters down there. The only thing that I'm concerned about is his injury history. And this may be a little bit of like they picked him too high, but I don't think they would be able to get him on day 2. So that's why I have him going Landon Dickerson here. And my draft has had this common theme here of you selecting the position of need. So that's what I did.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really go wrong. Like it's worth taking a shot at someone that fills your position that you need. Did you have anything else you wanted to add about the Steelers?
Yeah, we're gonna be a wild card exit.
Really? Wow.
All right, yeah. Now skip it. Go to the Jaguars.
In the Patriots, Cam Newton will knock them out in the wild card. Mark my word.
Cap.
No, it's gonna happen. Mark my word. April 23rd, I'm calling it.
Okay.
I put money on it. Actually, I don't know about that. All right, we'll just move on to pick 25. This is the Jaguars pick because they own the Rams pick, I believe. This is from Jalen Ramsey trade. It's my guess. I don't know, but they have
that sounds about right.
And I think they should go with the receiver to help out Trevor Lawrence. So I have them picking Elijah Moore as like a slot option for Trevor Lawrence. So
I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea who that is.
really? I didn't know who he was before like this morning when I just looked him up and did a little research on him. But I think he's like a mix of like a slot player, but he can also like spread the field as well.
This dude went to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Interesting. 5'9".
Hey, I mean, I feel like a lot of their receivers are kind of like small, quick, like shifty receivers that they have, but honestly, he'd fit right in with them. So figured why not.
And the only receiver I can name off the top of my head from their team is Chark because they just lost Keelan Cole. Or actually, they have LaVishka too.
Yeah, the Chenault guy.
Mm-hmm. But I have them going.
Sorry,
oh yeah, Conley. Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, you can go ahead. I just like.
Oh yeah, you're good. I got them going secondary here. They went offense with the first pick, but I think they're going to go defense with the second pick. I got them going at Trayvon Moehrig. Once again, I'm sorry for the pronunciation. He's a safety out of Texas Christian University, TCU. Trevor Cody College.
Yeah, right. No, I saw that earlier because he was predicted to go, I believe it was 27th in this CBS mock draft that I was looking at with the Ravens. I mean, I didn't have him end up going in the first round, but I think it's interesting. So that's not a bad pick for them though. I just remember how legendary their defense was. Like when Blake Bortles of all quarterbacks got to the AFC Championship.
Oh yeah. Hey, I was at the divisional.
When they lost and the
Uh-huh.
Steelers lost. That's crazy. It was a high scoring game, right? Wasn't it like 44-38 or something like that?
It was a garbage time game, is what it was.
Yeah. Kind of like, was it similar to the Browns game? Like where the
Yeah, it
Jaguars,
was exactly the same.
like the Jaguars went up a lot
They
early
took a commanding lead. Yeah,
and it was kind of over for the rest of the
it
game.
was pain.
Yeah, because I just remember like Big Ben like having some insane stats, but it's just because you're destroying the whole game.
Yeah, in both games.
Um, moving on, I got if you were done talking about the Jaguars,
Yep, go ahead.
I got the Browns at pick 26. I think they have a few positions of needs, and one of them is cornerback. I know they got Denzel Ward, but I have them taking Greg Newsome. I think he would fit nicely alongside Ward.
All right. They who'd they lose? Denzel or wait,
No, they have
what's
Denzel
that
Ward
guy's name?
still. They lost.
Johnson. Something Johnson, Kevin Johnson.
Oh yeah, something like that.
But I actually have Cleveland going D tackle here. I got him going Aleem McNeil out of NC State. I just looked him up this morning, but this dude is like a giant, plays nose tackle and stuff. I'm not even sure who their current nose tackle is, to be honest, but imagine your front four being like Clowney, Garrett, this new dude, Aleem McNeil, and then crap, who is it? I don't know. I'll look it up later though. But they could have like a
that's scary
totally
regardless.
stacked front four.
Even Miles Garrett alone, it's just like scary to hear.
Yo,
But yeah, I think defense is where they should go too. But
it seems like we're having a lot of like same side of the ball
yeah,
like things, but like different players.
exactly. I think it's cool how it like kind of turns out like that. Everyone has like their own mock drafts.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah, exactly. So the Ravens, I actually had a little bit to say about them. So I see them getting a wide receiver or a linebacker after losing Matthew Judon to the Patriots. Shout out. But I think Rondale Moore, I believe, was like the best receiver still on the board, at least for my mock draft. But I was looking into him because I didn't want to just pick up just because he was a receiver. And I think I was doing research on him, and I think he's a very similar play style to Marquise Brown, where he's kind of like small but speedy, and he's like a downfield receiver. So unfortunately, like the Ravens missed on some of those like top receivers. So I think they're gonna go with Zaven Collins to boost their pass rush as a linebacker. Hopefully fill in like what Matthew Judon left behind.
I have them going edge rusher as well, but I got them going Gregory Rousseau out of the U. Once again, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name, but he's going to be like mentored by Calais Campbell, who also went to the U Miami. So shout out wherever website I got that from. But yeah, Ravens did lose Judon, and this dude could fill in for them. So that's what I got.
Yeah, wait, when did the Ravens get Calais Campbell? This offseason? Or the offseason before?
Off season before they traded, it was like a 6th-round pick or something. Jacksonville, I don't know what they were thinking.
Yeah, it's weird how highly picks are valued in the NFL. Like a 3rd round pick is like a 1st round pick in the NBA essentially. Because like just to see you give up like what do they give up? Like 6 picks for Paul George, and then the James Harden trade, the Rockets got all those picks. And then it's just like the NFL, it's like, here's a 4th round pick for your star player. Like,
Literally. We traded Martavis for a 3rd-round pick.
really? That's honestly not a bad deal, though.
And then I'm pretty sure we took either James Washington or Mason Rudolph with it, which they played together in college. So
That's cool.
we had to reunite them.
Yeah.
Speaking of trades, I just got a trade proposal in fantasy.
Really?
Yeah, let's see this.
For baseball or basketball?
Football, actually. It's a dynasty.
Oh, dynasty. Yeah, right. I remember you
I'm going to read this live, okay? I'm going to read the trade live to you.
Let's hear it.
Oh, this is a big one right here. All right. He gets my 2022 first rounder. I get Tyler Higbee, Corey Davis, Curtis Samuel, a 2022 2nd rounder, and a 2022 3rd rounder. That's good value, but none of those guys are wide receiver ones. So I'm going to hit decline, but not right now.
Yeah,
I'm going to let it sit on it for a little bit.
Yeah, I would think about it for a little bit because you are getting a lot in return. But would you have to drop players too because you have a certain limit? So he's giving you a lot of
I would
players.
have to drop 3 guys.
Yeah, it may be worth it, but might not. I don't know. You are getting 2 picks after, but if there's a top guy, you may want to go after that with the first round pick. Not sure though.
All right, back on the draft subject.
Yeah.
New Orleans Saints 28. You want to go first for this one?
Okay, I didn't have too much to say. I have this guy, that Jeremiah Owusu Koromoa, and it was a
Yep.
linebacker. And I think the Saints could use a linebacker in this draft. I feel bad because I don't know, it's like too much to say about some picks, but you can just tell my lack of knowledge on college football and stuff. But I just thought a mock draft would be fun. So,
All right. Well, I also have them going linebacker, but with Owusu Koromoa off the board, I have him going Nick Bolton from Mizzou, and the Saints need that inside linebacker help. So that's what this pick does. I think he can cover passes and make tackles. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that guy on some of like the draft boards. So that's honestly not a bad pick. 29, we got the Packers. I have them taking Rondale Moore at 29 to help out Aaron
Receiver?
Rodgers. Yeah, he's a receiver.
Okay.
So he could go to the Ravens, but because he was so similar to Marquise Brown, I think the Packers he'll follow the Packers at 29, and it would allow them to spread the ball more on offense, basically. Because I think he's like a downfield threat.
All right, I got what's his name? Well, this would have made sense for Kadarius Toney now that I'm thinking about it. Just make Rodgers happy while he's still in town.
Exactly.
But I have them going defense. I have them going corner because of how unbelievably terrible Kevin King was in the NFC Championship.
Oh, that was funny. That was like a literally.
I have them going Asante Samuel Jr. out of FSU, and I feel like he would line up great across Jair Alexander.
I was hesitant he was like a very borderline first round pick for my draft, but he ended up making the cut. I was looking at a lot of the mock drafts, and it appeared like he was going at the end of the first round or very beginning of the second round. So like I think that's definitely a good pick for them.
All right. Interesting.
So pick 30. I have a few things to say about the Bills. I think the Bills could use a cornerback or a running back. And although you see Devin Singletary and Zach Moss aren't the worst, I've seen comments on some of my Bills videos, and people complain literally all the time about the running back tandem of Singletary and Zach Moss because they're always saying that they're both slow and that they're like the same exact player. They're both too slow and all that. So I think I have the Bills taking another running back. I feel like you're not gonna like this, but Travis Etienne. I butchered that pronunciation, but I think he's like a good running back with some speed, and it seems like a lot of Bills fans that would make them very happy to get a running back that doesn't get run down by a defender when they break off a big run. So,
can we get a quick Google search on how tall he is?
I think I don't know. He's either just under 6 feet or like 6 feet or 6'1" around there.
Oh, he's 5'10".
Okay.
5'10", but he'll tower over Singletary.
Yeah. What is Singletary's like 5'8"?
He's like 5'7", and then Etienne's up here.
Oh wow. Crazy.
Hey, Zach Moss ain't that tall either.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully, I know there'll be 3 solid running backs, but like, I mean, the Patriots have pulled it off with like all different styles of running backs, like in their backfield. So I think he could work. He could be like their running guy, while like Moss could be like a receiving guy, and Singletary could be like another just guy to have there to run. So
I'm gonna go defense here with this pick for the Bills. Although they have a very good defense, I think that the guy right here, Zaven Collins, could fit in very well with Sean McDermott's system, and he's a beast out of Tulsa. They usually don't produce NFL players, obviously,
yeah.
but this dude Zaven Collins, he's like a 6'4" like monster of a linebacker.
Yeah, that's not a bad pick for them.
That's who I have him going.
Nice. So pick 31. I think after losing in the Super Bowl, this is my original note. So yeah, we meant to talk about this.
But yeah, we got to go with this. Yeah.
They just traded for Orlando Brown, right, from the Ravens.
And they lost this pick.
Yeah, who kind of fills their need. So they don't really have this pick, but I guess I'll just roll with what I was gonna say. I was gonna have them taking Trey Smith, who's an O lineman out of Tennessee, but now they don't have this picks and they got no linemen, so there's really like no need, But I think after like I'm glad that they're. I mean, I'm not glad because I want the Patriots to like beat them, but I think filling in their O line is definitely what the Chiefs needed.
All right, I'll give you 2 for this one. If it was going to be the Chiefs, this is the one that I made an adjustment to on the fly. It would have been Christian Leatherwood from. Hold on, let me scroll up. Let me find his college from Alabama. Oh yeah, obviously Alabama. They just have everyone in the first round, but they just cut both of their tackles. I heard that Mitchell Schwartz and
Eric Fisher, right?
Alex Fisher. Or, yeah, Eric Fisher. My bad. And then, so this would be a guy that could come in and instantly start probably. But now that it is the Ravens pick, I will think of this on the fly. I'm going to go Kadarius Toney from Florida.
Okay.
Who gives Lamar Jackson another weapon. So you got Hollywood, you got Toney, and you got Watkins now.
Yeah, that's a good like trio right there. And they still have Willie Snead, right?
Who was Willie Snead.
Yeah. I can't really think of a player on the fly. I'm not gonna lie. I'll say the Chiefs go Asante Samuel Jr. because he's the only other college player I can think of, and you can never have enough good cornerbacks. So that's my pick. Oh, for the Ravens, it'd be for the Ravens.
Yeah. I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's like probably one of the Ravens like least like positional needs, but I'm just throwing that out there. That's like I don't know.
Buccaneers. Last pick of the draft. First round.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's usually hard to pinpoint a glaring need for a team that just won the Super Bowl, but I got the Buccaneers going with defensive tackle Christian Barmore to help their pass rush.
All right, I had them going all the way back at number 14 to Minnesota.
Really? Okay, so he fell in my draft then.
I don't even have anything written down for this pick because, like you said, I could not see a position of need.
Right.
But since we're on the theme of coming up with things on the fly, I'm going to say Rondale Moore just because they're probably not going to re-sign Antonio Brown.
I know.
And that he would be the wide receiver 3 on that team behind Godwin and Evans.
Right.
And a rookie receiver for Brady.
Yeah, no, they have why can't I think of his name? Well, they have Scotty Miller, and then they have the other guy that was a rookie last season.
Tyler Johnson.
Tyler Johnson too.
That's true. I forgot about him.
And then they got like Gronk, Brate, and OJ. I don't know if OJ Howard's still there, but they got some good players there. But no, I hope Antonio Brown gets signed to a team. If he didn't have such a bad like ending with the Patriots, I would have said like, oh, have the Patriots re-sign him, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't know where he's gonna go or if he's gonna get re-signed. I hope he does, but who knows?
Any round 2 sleepers before we call it a quits?
I honestly don't really know too many other.
Travis Etienne and Najee Harris.
Yeah, for you, because they get 2 running backs. You didn't have a running back in the first round. Where would you?
I don't know who would be for you.
What? Sorry.
I don't know who the people would be for you sleepers in the second round, but I also don't know where Najee and Etienne would go.
Do you think like you can see the Steelers or Dolphins taking them in round 2 maybe, like a team that needs a running back?
Yeah, I don't know how highly they pick in the second round, but that could happen.
Yeah. So if you have nothing else to say, I'm also good.
Yep.
You want to run the outro for this one?
Yep. All right. That concludes it for episode 5, I do believe, of the Crunch Time podcast. We came through in the clutch once again.
Yes, sir.
And the Eagles will screw up in the draft.
All you gotta say.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Consistency and persistency is key. Have a good one. Peace.
Peace out.